All right, Sam and I are here after Game 5 of Celtics Knicks. We're going to look at Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is the best player on the floor all of Game 5, led the Celtics to a monster win in the game that could have ended their season, a 127-102 victory over the Knicks. And he did it with his playmaking. He only took 17 shots, got to the line 8 times for free throws, but he had 12 assists, which is a career high. And the last time we saw Jaylen Brown play, with Jason Tatum injured, it was not like that in 2023 with the season on the line, I should say. So we're going to take a look at how he did it, how impressive his game was, and how the Knicks defense opened up some of those passing lanes for him.
Yeah, this was the big challenge for him coming into the game. Like, we all remember and were thinking about it after game 4, where it was like, man, he got so sped up and turned the ball over so many times in Madison Square Garden, and it ultimately felt like it took the air out of what Boston was doing there at times. He just wasn't under control enough. And then going into game 5, you're like, wow, like, he really is going to have to buckle down and be under control if they have any chance of winning this game, because it's going to be all on him. He's going to have all the attention. He's supposed to be the guy for the Celtics today, and he's going to have to be able to pull the strings for them. And thankfully, he was incredible. Not only did he do like a good job, he did a great job. He was making crazy passes on drives. He was so well aware of what was going on. He was baiting the Knicks into blitzing him and then just making them pay for it. He was awesome. Shout out to him.
Yeah, it was great. It was really fun to watch. I'll pull up the assists right here so we can take a look at how it got started. The first play of the game, I think, is the best indicator of how Jaylen Brown was going to be covered all night. You watch
Yes.
this, you watch Jaylen drive all the way into the paint, and I'll pause it at the right time. There are 3 Knicks defenders who just completely shifted over to take away a drive. Now, there's levels to this, right? There's the level of, okay, so they're going to put 2 on the ball. They're not going to let them drive. And then there is, okay, they fucked this up. Because this should never be the case. I don't care what your coverage is. I don't care if it's Jokic or Larry Bird coming down the lane. This is not defense. So this is an example, but it's an
I
extreme
think
example
Cat's doing a good job.
where the Knicks messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but to his credit, like, he sees the amount of
He does.
defenders there and makes the best read. He could have easily dished this to Horford, which is probably what they wanted. It would have been easier for them to help out with Cat, kind of closing out to Horford's right and blocking the passing lane, where it would have made it hard for them to swing the ball. But no, he found the guy that was butt ass like open. Good for him.
Exactly. Next, in transition, so it's a little more difficult for the defense to get set, but still draws 3 defenders in with him to cover the drive. Derek White wide open, top of the key, pull up, 3, bang, assist. Again, half court offense here, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds in the shot clock. Post up Jalen Brunson had a lot of success scoring here all night, and so the Knicks bend. 3 more defenders coming to the paint to help, and he makes a phenomenal read to Luke Cornett, who has done a great job all season of working his way under the hoop and getting open to leave these sorts of passes available for his guys. So credit to Jalen for that. This was a fun one.
Yeah, I mean that's a possession where I don't want to say if Tatum's in the game, he might feel the need like he wants to try and put this up and get his. That could be a possibility, but he does a great job of just staying patient in that moment. It's not easy to do as you're using up your 2 steps before you travel to look around and find the correct read, the easiest basket you could possibly get your team. But this is also credit to Cornette, because you mentioned it last night and it's been one of your favorite topics throughout the season about him. He's so smart about where he's standing, how to space the floor without being someone who's going to shoot threes, and timing his cuts, which are actually just 2 steps towards the paint, but timing them up really well where the Knicks have to pay for it. And everybody on this play executed really well. Even the guys on the perimeter spaced properly, so the help defenders would be caught out, even if they appropriately helped over to Cornette, who could have been contested, and he probably would have made a great read to White or Horford.
Yeah, and for what all the stuff they were calling last night, this is probably a foul on Cat too that they didn't call. Just kind of tackling Jalen a little bit, but still, Pritchard has the ball now. Kristaps takes a deep range shot, doesn't go in. Jalen gets a great offensive rebound. I mean, this was an easy assist just off an offensive rebound, but still found the shooter at the 3-point line, which is good. Next gets Mitchell Robinson on him. These are the plays that I noted. Pritchard sets a go screen, keeps going. Mitchell Robinson is ready for him to set the screen and have to help. Miles McBride is ready for Pritchard to set the screen and help. if Mitchell Robinson gets caught on it. And so instead of following his guy, he gets caught off guard, has to contest early. Pritchard pump fakes him out of the play and then gets him gone. Very next play is the same thing with Derek White, I believe. Derek White actually does set the screen to get Miles McBride to actually help on Jaylen Brown, and then he just slips out of it. Mitch Robinson doesn't react fast enough, gets an open three. 2 plays in a row. Celtics run very similar things, except one guy sets the screen, one guy doesn't, just to get a nice little open three at the top of the key, and Jaylen Brown reads it well.
Thinking like a Neanderthal here, but it could be a decent strategy to not have Robinson be the person that gets switched into guarding the ball on the screen actions, but rather be switched into the off-ball man, because if he's not guarding a big, I'm not really sure he's used to navigating that. Like, he doesn't look comfortable blitzing out to the wing to try and defend the three-pointer. He's got burned on both of these plays. He just wasn't prepared for it. Now, I know the Knicks are going to have a day, and we'll be looking at film, and I'm sure they'll point this out and tell him what he could have did better here. But he's been so impactful for the Knicks, and he made his free throws in Game 5. If you can exploit him this way, that'll be that much more of a way to get him off the floor.
So wait, you're saying put him in this spot, like guarding the
yes.
ball? Okay,
like
yes.
You want to screen him off of the ball handler with a pop, not a roll. He was prepared for the rolls with like Porzingis and did a good job of. I mean, you're essentially asking him to go and be in his domain in the paint, right? But if you're having him guard the perimeter like this, he's just so slow to react. His closeouts are probably not going to be that good, and if he does close out effectively, he's not going to be hard to drive past.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing this a lot in the series, at least putting him on the ball. I mean, what Robinson should have done here is just at this point, bro, go back to the paint. Like, you're not going to get that closeout. You might as well get the rebound if he misses, because if he didn't get that, or if he missed the shot, Drew Holiday was going to beat Mitchell Robinson to the board. So good read, good play. Next, Jaylen Brown drives. Again, just they're putting 3 on the ball whenever he touches the paint, hoping he's not going to make the right play. And every time he just makes phenomenal pass after phenomenal pass. It's the biggest area of growth in Jaylen's game. Like imagine 3 years ago, Jaylen being put in these situations versus right now. It is extremely impressive what he's been able to do. This is not an easy pass to Pritchard with 3 guys on him. He gets this over and around the outstretched hand of who's that? Anunoby, and finds Pritchard at the corner. He's just making phenomenal reads every time. Even when he does this, like this would have been a good 3. Like, this would have been a fine 3 to take, and he doesn't take it. Takes Mitchell Robinson off the dribble, draws Cat over, easy layup for Drew Holiday.
Yeah, and he didn't have to do that in the fourth quarter. Like, it didn't feel like they were going to lose this game, but knowing the way this series has gone, you cannot rule it out, right? You're just like, oh man, like, I sure hope it doesn't happen again. Gee golly. And they did it wasn't just him, they did a much better job of just being like, you know what, we're not going to fuck this up today. The read he made in the third quarter to Pritchard and found him in the corner, that was so impressive. It was a big spot. That shot was massive. They needed it. And he makes this insane, like, Kareem hook shot pass that he had to loft to the other side because there were so many Knicks defenders that they would have deflected it if he threw it like a fastball, right? I'm just so happy with what we saw from Jaylen. And not to deflect from the series, but this game as a whole should make you feel far better, or at least remind you of what he's capable of if he needs to do everything.
Yes, 100%. He had a few more, obviously, in this game. Luke Cornett screens for him. Karl-Anthony Towns, they send the double. Pritchard sets a back screen, so Cat can't get back into play. And then an easy lob at the rim for Cornett. This was at a moment where the Garden was going nuts.
That was hilarious.
Peak of Luke Cornett dominating. Peak of Jaylen Brown. Great passes. Just phenomenal work. Great screen by Pritchard, too. That's going to go unnoticed, but he did a great job. Another one where Josh Hart goes to help on Jaylen's drive in the paint. By the time he tries to get back on Pritchard, Holiday's already screening him off. He doesn't even try. And then this might be the last one of the game. Another cut into the rim. Just like 4 screens being set. Luke shoves Miles McBride out of the play. Listen, Jaylen Brown all night. over and over and over again. Just made great read after great read. The Celtics are setting great off-ball screens. Luke Cornett is setting screens. Josh Hart's not getting through the play. They're supposed to switch. He's confused. They don't know what's happening. And every time Jaylen Brown is just doing whatever is needed. I don't know what next year is going to look like. Obviously, every team is going to guard Jaylen differently. But the biggest concern you usually felt like with Jaylen Brown was, if they double, will he be able to make the right reads? Will he be able to handle the pressure? Yes, is the answer now. Like, obviously, it's not going to be perfect every game. This was a phenomenal game, and some are going to be down nights, whatever. If this is the Jaylen we get next year, shit, man. Like, you're obviously not going to be as good as without Jason Tatum, because Jason Tatum's Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown in this game looked like a guy who could be first team All-NBA next year. Like, he was that good. So shout out to him, credit to him.
Yeah, it could be a really great opportunity for growth for him too. Like having to do it every night, not having the moments where Tatum's out there too, and you can kind of bank on that, rely on that, right? He's going to have the spotlight on him at all times, the opportunity to shine in it, and hopefully when everyone's healthy again, it brings him to a whole new level, unlocks a new stage of his game. I have to see what happens in Game 6. Game 6 is up next.
Yes,
today, as you're hearing this, come out pregame stream at what? What time's tip off? 8?
7:30 pregame, yeah.
Oof. Late night for the fellas down in NYC, but we'll be here, so come hang out.
Late game. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Is everything okay?
I think my audio got messed up, so my ears just got...
I apologize.
Keep
I'm
going.
so sorry. I definitely was a little
It's not
loud.
your fault. It's not your fault. It was on my
I
end.
just want everyone to subscribe and leave a like because we're here every day. New content, 5 a.m. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps are up the morning after each game. Other videos are up here in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find the two of us streaming live a half hour before each game. We mentioned pregame. Come hang out for it. It was a ton of fun. Always is. We're here. Spotify, Apple. We're there too. All pods and recaps are up there, so if you just want those, go ahead and follow. They will go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. Tell your friends. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We'll be reading those as we record on Saturday. Get them in. Hopefully you're emailing about a Game 6 win. You never know. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jackson NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.
Taco. Come on. Taco.